In this tutorial, we are going to configure a Weintek HMI to work as a controller using CODESYS. I used a CMT278X HMI with a valid CODESYS license. In order to make things work, we need to download some files from the Weintek website. Let's begin. First step, download all the required files from Weintek website. You need to download the CODESYS IDE, the latest firmware for your HMI, and the CODESYS package that contains Weintek devices. Now, we need to change some settings on the HMI. To configure the IP addresses, go to the settings page on the HMI. After that, select network. Only port 2 is available. Port 1 is reserved for CODESYS. Now change the IP address and subnet mask how you need them. In order to have only one cable connected to the HMI, we need to go to CODESYS settings page. Click on Modify Ethernet and be sure to have Enable CODESYS login turned on. To update the CODESYS firmware, we need to run the Utility Manager software. Be sure that you have the HMI series correct. Go to Maintenance and select CODESYS Firmware Update. Select the file downloaded from Weintek website and press Update. The last part of the requisites is to install the Weintek device package. Let's create a new project in CODESYS. Select Standard Project. After that, select the option Weintek built in CODESYS. For this example, I used ladder logic. In order to establish communication with the HMI, go to Online menu and select the Login option. By default, you should not be able to connect to your device. You need to put the IP address that was assigned to port 2 on the HMI. Remember to press Enter after filling in the address. When the green indicator lights up, it means the communication path entered is correct. Now let's make a short, simple piece of code just to test if everything is correct. Now, press Build in the top menu. If everything is correct, there should be no error messages. If some error messages come up, it may be due to lack of installed libraries. If so, go to the Library tab and click the Download Missing Libraries. To perform the test, go to Online and press the Login option. The controller starts in stop mode. Go to Debug and select Start, or just press F5. To test the graphical component on the HMI, let's write another piece of code with 3 more variables. When both INO1 and INO2 are on, Auto1 should go on as well. After the build command, you can see some warning messages appeared. This is because I declared all the new variables as persistent and retained. In CODESYS, we need to add a persistent variables object. To do that, right-click Application, go to Add Object and select Persistent Variables. After inserting the variables in this list, the warning messages should disappear. In order to use the variables we created in the HMI, we need to create an XML file that stores them. To do that, right-click the application, Go to an object and select Symbol Configuration. After the object was created, press Build then. After that, select the variables that you want to be shown on the HMI. Press Build one last time to generate the XML file. The file can be found on the same directory that the CODESYS project is saved. Now open up Easy Builder Pro and create a new project. Always select the right HMI model. To connect the HMI side to CODESYS, we need to add it to the devices. To do that, go to System Parameters and select the option to add a new device. Search for Weintek Build in CODESYS and press OK. The next step is to import the tag values from the XML file that was created previously. Select the CODESYS device and choose the Import Tags option. Search for the XML file that was created and press Open. Let's make a very simple application with 2 toggle buttons and a light indicator. When both buttons are switched on, the light will go on as well. This is what the code that we written previously on CODESYS does. As you can see, when I press the first button on the HMI, the same bit turns on in CODESYS. When both buttons are pressed, the light goes on. The same can be seen on CODESYS side.